We got top 10 over the top video game missions. We got this mission, we got that mission. It's gonna be a crazy one. Let's get right into it. Make sure to smash.
Video games are supposed to be hyper real, more than
That's Battlefield 5, right?
But some missions go well above and beyond
Titanfall?
even that. Hi folks, it's Falcon, and today on
Yep,
Game
that's
Ranks,
Uncharted.
10 of the most over the top.
Uncharted 3 was really good. I know it was kind of hated, but I love
Number
it.
10, it's Uncharted 3's Stowaway. This is an absolute classic.
It's one of my favorite, honestly.
It's been about over-the-top action, but arguably their most audacious and over-the-top moment happened around the midpoint of the third game of the series, Uncharted 3, Drake's Deception. As usual, Nathan Drake is in a race to discover a lost city, this time the lost city of Ubar, or the Atlantis of the Sands. Shockingly enough, at no point during the game is the joke Sandlantis made. When he finds out the bad guys are
it's an amazing level. Absolute classic.
Obviously, when things go wrong, he basically gets immediately caught by somebody and then in a panic pulls the lever to open the cargo hold of the plane.
Honestly, I wouldn't mind a part 5 of this. I know there are some people that would be like, nah, we do not need another part because they concluded the story perfectly, and you're kind of right. I do agree with you, but part of me feels like that it wouldn't hurt to get a new one. I mean, it would hurt the franchise if the next part is bad. That I agree with. But I'm like, okay, if they do it, let's be real, they're gonna do it. There are a lot of leaks in it right now that suggest that we're gonna get it. But what's your take? You want another?
Climb his way back into the plane,
Part or
then
not?
gets into a shootout with the guards inside the hold while cargo's flying all over the place around him, which eventually sparks a raging fire. The whole thing is pure chaos, and it actually really only takes a few minutes to play out in real time, and it's probably one of the shortest missions.
Absolute
in the entire
classic.
series. The plane starts crashing, and
yeah, I would love to replay, honestly. I replayed it, it feels like a year ago at this point. I would love to replay again. I love story games, man, and this game is one of a kind. If there are similar games to this one, definitely let me know some names in the chat, in the comments. Because action adventure, especially this is treasure hunting game.
Did wholesale in the new Uncharted movie. The only downside, at least for me, is that it's so chaotic and crazy that the first time I played it, I kept dying in the shootout, which kind of slowed down the pace and spoiled it a little.
Perfect.
I haven't seen the new Uncharted movie yet.
Mars Core. It's a completely over-the-top game, Doom Eternal, but for the most part, the actual missions are pretty straightforward. Go here, kill that thing, and that's about it. There's one mission in Doom Eternal, however, that is as gloriously insane as they get, and it's a pretty awesome level to boot. Your main goal for most of this game is to locate these 3 Hell Priests and kill them, like standard Doom guy stuff. The only problem is the last one is hidden deep in the core of the planet Mars. This would normally be a pretty difficult place.
Yeah, soon we about to colonize Mars, boys. But I never played Doom
and
Eternal.
Green has a kind of sledgehammer style approach to problem solving, and he's got a pretty big sledgehammer for use in this particular problem. So instead of trying to find some secret pathway to the Mars core, he just commandeers the BFG 10,000 cannon.
One in the chat if you actually played. I mean, don't put one because I said one before earlier for Uncharted. But say if you played this game or not. Like, I never played it. Do you recommend it? I don't know why, but futuristic type games don't really. It has that Infinite Warfare kind of vibe.
That alone would be.
I know I should be canceled for saying that, but
as you platform through the chunks of Mars that you just blew up. So the concept is ridiculous, but it's actually so satisfying, it's hilarious. Just seeing how actual normal humans react to your guy is great too. Like, nobody wants to stand in your way, even if you're going to blow up a huge chunk of Mars.
Oh, yeah,
and
dang, bro.
Do it. It's an all-around awesome mission, and by far the most ridiculous thing that's ever happened in a Doom property.
Yo, will we see Call of Duty Zombies moon scene? Moon Zombies, man, when we blow the Earth from moon?
Straw meet camel. That mission. Few games manage to merge open world elements and superhero spectacles.
Yep,
as well
I
as
played this.
Spiderman, and this mission's like the perfect example.
Yeah, this is a Sony Pony
game. The whole
game.
thing starts out pretty simple. Some members of the Demon Gang are spotted near the Kingpin's property, so Spider-Man goes to investigate. After beating up some goons and checking around,
I would say if there was another mission in this game that would have been much better than this. You know, when you fight with the Scorpion, right?
Spidey webs a cargo container to the helicopter, but all he really manages to do is create a flying wrecking ball
bazooka
that
boy. Jeez.
city. So as the helicopter tries to get away, the container just swings all over the place.
No, it's a good mission. This one is a good one too, but I feel like Scorpion was much better.
A lot of damage and chaos.
Did that just happen? Yeah.
All the while you're dodging missiles, trying to pull off parts of the helicopter while enemies attempt to knock you off. The whole thing is like this incredible spectacle that's clearly meant to be one of the centerpiece moments of the whole game. And what's really impressive about it was how this whole scripted event took place in the actual open world and in a completely seamless manner. Like very few open world games actually bother causing damage to the environment. But this game went totally nuts with it, and it made the mission.
I'm actually hyped for the next Spider-Man
and
game.
Number 7 is...
Don't know when it's gonna come out, like by the end of 2023?
There's so many ridiculous
or
missions
early
in the Call of Duty.
Dave, yeah, Black Ops 2, absolute gold, absolute gold.
Today we're gonna narrow it down to one, at least for now. The penultimate...
Man, absolute classic. I know that this map in multiplayer was absolutely hated for the time. I mean, not necessarily hated, but it was the least favorite for mostly everybody.
Ridiculous from the get-go, with you in an armored car protecting the president from swarms of drones before being forced to exit and deal with the army of terrorists taking up the streets.
Absolute
so basically,
classic.
It's just nuts at that point. Drones are attacking everywhere. There's people and cars running all over the place. It seems like everybody and their mother is in town for some reason, and they're all trying to assassinate the fictional president. Really adding to the craziness, you eventually...
Yeah, Black Ops 2 was honestly one of the best,
drones while flying in between
if
buildings.
not the best Call of Duty game. You agree? You disagree? Should I be cancelled for saying that this was the best Call of Duty game?
There. You're shot
yes or
down.
No?
You're forced to parachute to safety afterwards, and it's shocking because as ridiculous as everything else is, they actually don't make you fight drone enemies on your way down. Like, I feel like maybe they thought that was a step too far, and I think that that's funny because the whole thing is pure chaos. The pacing in most Call of Duty games is, I mean, you could charitably call it relentless, but this mission is so nuts and throws
I just
so
hate the
many
hit
crazy
markers
things
and campaign
at such a
games of
rapid
that,
pace.
because that kind of pulls me out of an immersion.
And number 6 is Gears
Otherwise,
of War 2's
love it.
Intestinal
Love it.
Fortitude. The one with the giant worm. It's kind of less over the top in a crazy action way and more over the top in how audacious and gross it is. Like, here's the rundown. There's
never
sinking
played this.
cities. There's a giant worm. Okay, that is what you need to understand. So now you're up to speed. What happens is that while trying to extract from the starting mission gone wrong, the squad is attacked and swallowed whole by this gigantic creature called the Riftworm. So they're trapped inside and have to figure out a means of escape, which mostly involves crawling through the ruins of all the stuff that the creature has eaten, fighting off nasty creatures that live inside.
When did this game come out?
Straight up chainsawing its suitably enormous heart. The final sequence has you cutting through this creature's arteries while the room literally fills up with blood.
Yeah, cannot show that on YouTube,
and if
right?
you don't move quick enough, you can actually drown in this area. At the end, Delta manages to chainsaw their way out, like literally chainsaw out of the creature from the inside. But even after all that, the squad doesn't get to go home. They're just given new orders. Like, at least let these guys take a shower.
Yeah,
Can
come
you
on,
imagine
man.
the kind
Damn,
of
homie.
diseases a giant worm monster
Damn, homie.
has?
Let a brother
And
chill
number
for
5 is Saints Row the Third's Stag.
Yeah, there will be a new Saints Row. A lot of people are mad with that, bro. Damn. I'm not a big Saints Row fan, but I genuinely hope for the best for the new game. I'm kind of interested in the new game.
I can think of is at the end of the third, completely out of nowhere.
I really hope the upcoming Saints Row game carries us till GTA 6. And the funny thing and the crazy thing here is that GTA 6 is confirmed. Who would have thought? Right?
You decide to go after Killbane instead of rescuing Shondi. In any normal game, choosing to go after your personal vendetta over the lives of your friends would lead you to the bad ending, but not here. For the rest of the game, Stag is shown to be high-tech, but they had like a standard carrier docked out in the harbor for most of the game. So this last-minute reveal is that they're actually the evil shield, and it's totally wild, and leads to one of the best missions of the game, and just like, it's hard to explain how wild this gets, but to get up there, you commandeer a jet, fight off enemy planes, land on it, plant bombs on it, fight off the bad guy, Cyrus Temple, and after you basically figure everything out and defeat him and, you know, complete the mission.
Yep. I need to play this. I don't know which one I played, probably part 2 or maybe part 3, but I haven't played for too long. You know, there's like a jet scene, you fall from the sky and you stay in the sky for basically super long. That's the memory I have. I'm not sure if that's from part 2 or part 3.
All the stuff you do in it, this may be the most ridiculous mission in the entire franchise.
Yeah,
and number 4
looks good to this day as well. It kind of holds up a little
lot
bit.
Of missions we're talking about today involve planes or flying, but that added element of danger of getting into combat while falling or flying makes a lot of these missions completely crazy.
You can do this, Cooper. Not exactly.
It feels like an Avengers movie right now.
Moving platforms.
You imagine, I cannot wait for the next big Avengers movie. Like Endgame, there has been Avengers 1, 2, 3, and Endgame, Infinity and Endgame.
The Ark.
What will be the 5th one? How the 5th one will be?
Mission, but it's
I'm hyped for that.
The most wild, with you and your buddies assaulting an enemy's fleet mid-flight. So during this mission, you're jumping between ships, you're fighting off aircraft and soldiers on foot, and the whole thing is happening while you're rocketing through the air at Mach speed. This whole time, you and your allies are harassed by Viper, an ace pilot, which adds another layer of chaos to it. There's just so many truly crazy moments in this mission. Like this part where you use a dropship as a platform to wall run into the enemy hangar.
What game is that? Is this Titanfall?
Or this part.
Now, before you slap your head, I don't know. That's why I'm asking. I don't
It's
know.
crazy. It's
don't slap your head, man. I'm bad. I know.
It's weird that it's well paced as well, but it is, and it's also incredibly entertaining. So, really a great example of what we're talking about here. And number 3 is minor turbulence in Grand Theft Auto 5. Yep, another airplane.
Yep, I remember this.
Classic. In it, Trevor hears that some Merryweather security weapons are being transported on a cargo plane, which is currently circling around Fort Zancudo. In standard Trevor fashion, he goes all in on this one with no plans or backups. He just grabs a duster, which is basically
How late is this mission in the game?
attack a heavily armed mercenary company's weapons train.
I want to actually replay when the remaster version is about to come out, so
over the top, but it is a Trevor mission, so things take a turn when Trevor gets close to the plane, which responds
yeah,
by
that's a
opening
massive
cargo doors
butthole
and
right there.
having
Like that's a
soldiers fire
massive
rockets
plane.
at you. To get in, you
gotta crash in. Yup. I have memories of this mission.
Hold, get out, and
I only played the story mode once.
All while trucks stowed in the cargo section start.
I tried playing the story on PC, tried replaying on PS5, but I only
2 fighter jets appear.
got to play it till, you know, when you get Trevor
Even in terms of some
around
of the crazy
you?
missions that have appeared in previous GTA games.
but I never really replayed the whole
Just
game.
for the pure audacity of hijacking a military transport with a crop duster. And number 2
absolute
is
wild.
Venus from the recent Wolfenstein games, which have their fair share of crazy stuff, but nothing beats the Venus mission. There's so much about this that's just bizarre, baffling even.
Yo,
To call it
Mother
anything
Trucker's
other
on
than truly over the
Venus?
top would be absolutely wild.
Mother
It'd be over
Trucker's
the
on
top
Venus?
itself. For one thing, it's set on
God
Venus,
damn, bro.
like the planet Venus, which you travel to on UFOs. Yep, why you're going there is simple. Of
Bro,
course.
that's
The Nazis,
wild.
who have taken over the world in this universe, have this fail-safe system called Odin that'll bring about the end of the world if a revolutionary movement manages to get too powerful. So you have to find the secret code to deactivate Odin before the revolution can really start.
I never played Wolfenstein. If any of you did, would you recommend?
BJ
Seems like
assumes
a
the role
really
of an
good
actor
game.
auditioning for a propaganda film that is about him, which is a pretty ballsy move in of itself. And for some reason, it's being filmed on Venus. When you get to Venus,
Yeah, homie cuffing. Oh damn, that's not a homie. My bad. My bad. Don't cancel me, man. I didn't know who he was.
by Adolf
From behind.
And what follows is a totally insane
Yeah,
scene
bro, that game's crazy. They really brought him in.
itself, and then it's just generally gross and pathetic. Wolfenstein 2 is is already one of the craziest FPS games out there, but this mission
Yeah.
really takes everything to the next
Pretty
level.
sure the media tried to
And
cancel this
finally, at
game.
number 1, Guardians of the Galaxy's Into the Fire. This is a very recent one, but Guardians of the Galaxy
Yeah,
may
this
just
game is
have
received
one of the
very
most
well.
gloriously ridiculous final missions in any game we've ever seen. Like, it really is something to see. At the end of the game, you and your team have to take on the Universal Church of Truth's massive temple ship, but you've got some help. An army of monsters led by Lady Hellbender, who
Bruh,
attack the
that's
fleet,
a big
guarding
one.
the place with swarms of bizarre space creatures, while she rides around on a space dragon.
How
This
can
is
they
all,
fly
at
in
very least,
space?
incredibly metal, but it does get wilder. You get saved by a giant space head piloted by a talking dog, and then get sucked into the vacuum of space, and then you have to ruin a little girl's birthday plans, which, yes, is actually something that happens after you get sucked
damn, man.
into the vacuum of space. Like, you even smash a cake. The whole ending of Guardians of the Galaxy is a lot to take in, but it is a fantastic climax to a surprisingly good game. There are so many great and crazy missions
Yeah, I
out
need to
there
play it.
that we're really only scratching the surface with this list, so if we're missing any of your favorites, consider this list a part 1.
But click on this video on the screen and I will see you right there. Just click it, man. You're gonna